Hello. We don't have perfect homes or perfect bodies, but we have a perfect commitment. Yeah. Um, and a reason for why we do things, whether we know it or not. And also would like to live healthy, wealthy wise. Now, one such attempt began around 45 years ago, is my life. Yeah. And I have been doing things in a way that a lot of people um, are not doing, have not been doing, or are in different stages of figuring out. And often it seems like they're in different stages of arriving or attempting to arrive at what I've been doing since some years. Now, I say this after observing different patterns over several years. I've been looking for maybe somebody else will be doing the work that I'm doing, so I don't have to do that. Yeah. But again and again, I come to that, well, I'm doing it, nobody else is doing it, I'm doing it, nobody else is doing it. So this may sound like a little repetitive, but this is how I've been kind of living life. A few years, you could say a little bit of the reluctant Messiah syndrome. Yeah. Where, somebody else is doing it, why must I do it? I'll do something different, unique, my own thing. And over time, I've been doing these different, unique things so much that the way I'm doing it, I kind of found a way to do it, to be different and unique. And um, this has been going on so much, so long, so often, and it's so consistent um, that I am to teach it. Yeah. And the part about this is the way I see life is all happy. Life from my side, from my point of view, from how I see life, my outlook is happy, and it's all beautiful, and it's all nice, and you could live forever and ever and ever, and health, wealth, wisdom, and we all become healthy, wealthy, wise, and people don't seem to be getting what I'm saying. So I'm required to teach the happy side of life. Yeah. And why to be alive and all of those things. Because I recently made a post that says death is being very selfish, because it's taken a lot of time for a human body to form, and then all these different technologies to form, and then we having a life at this point in time, doing the things we're doing, including talking over the internet, including the dishes we have. Yeah, it's taken a long time for any of these culinary arts to form, and good enough that you will write a recipe of it and hand it to your future generations. So that should be something good. Yeah. So all of this has taken a long time, and we have a lot of work to do. For example, WHO's list of diseases. We have other lists, and these are all work waiting to be done. So dying is selfish. Yeah. So I am sharing my worldview, so it becomes easier for us to live life. What would you wake up for every morning? What would you, maybe you can have a little power nap, but then wake up and then do what? What is better done versus anything else? Yeah. Um, and then it becomes easier to do the work that needs to be done. Yeah. So you're not looking for a, exit way out. Maybe somebody else will do it. So I've noticed my pattern. Maybe you're also going through some version of it where, somebody else will do it. I don't really have to do it, kind of, like a little, exit. No. So I'm just beginning to learn to teach my stuff. Yeah. Um, I call it medicine intelligence, but it seems like a big elephant. Yeah. This medicine intelligence thing. And we have at least 6 senses that are kind of blind, like, this elephant and the 6 blind men. In my perspective, we have 6 senses, like the 6 blind men: seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, feeling, knowing. Yeah. And so that's what you can see. And then there's the invisible version of it. So they call it as the clair sense, the clair sense. So there's the actual thing that you can see. And then there is the images that flash in your mind's eye, for example. That's also something you see, but nobody else can see. So we have 12 senses. Yeah. So one of the reasons why the elephant hasn't been seen is because we have our own versions, our own interpretations of what is the elephant. Yeah. And beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. And when our eyes get clouded, we even wear glasses, we cannot really see reality for what it is. And that's just one of the senses. You still have hearing and smelling and tasting and feeling and knowing. So that's a lot of complex. So I'll begin with something simple. Because since the time from a mother's womb, ovary, it's a little tiny clear from mother's ovary, all the way through to the uterus, and then and in the uterus, from that little fertilized egg to taking the shape of a human body, baby, and then coming out of mother's womb, on learning to crawl, maybe use our limbs, and then stand up after many years and stand up tall enough such that only a feet is in this position while our body is in this position. Yeah, with the head right on top and eyes facing forward. That's taken a lot of evolution. Yeah, a lot of evolutionary circles. So because of this, because of what it takes to become human has taken so long, and that's a simply complex process. Yeah, they're still searching on how in the world did the human body form. There are different stages of inquiry into it. Because WHO's list of diseases is talking about how much we don't really know what all goes into maintaining being human. Yeah, because we don't know what all went into forming the body that's human to begin with. Yeah, and that is until coming out of the mother's womb. That itself is simply complex. And then what I'm making available is the complexly simple way of becoming humane. We have a body that's human, but to maintain being humane and not, devolve into animals or plants or microbes or any of those behaviors, because that is devolutionary. And it's taken a lot to form the body that's human. To move forward, because human beings have been standing upright like this since many civilizations. Yeah. It takes we have formed many complex constructs on what it takes to be humane, on what it takes to be human, maintain being human. WHO's list of diseases is talking about, we haven't figured it all out. Yeah. So I'm attempting a simple method that would seem complex because of the several civilizations and several perspectives, points of view from which we see how to do the right thing. Yeah. And then to be healthy, wealthy, and wise, which means we have a lot of gurus, light gurus and dark gurus. Gurus in the light working world and gurus in the dark working world. Yeah. Or the heaven and hell. So there are gurus of all kind. Shri has been a little bit of challenge. Yeah. Because even Ramayana also is talking about how Rama built a bridge to Sri Lanka. Yeah. And Hanuman also went across the bridge. And Hanuman's tail set Sri Lanka on fire. Yeah. So we have a lot of heavy stuff, but don't know how to maintain the Shri. Yeah. So bottoms up, Sri Lankans, lot of bloodshed and all has happened. Yeah. So different stages of cleaning the blood. Yeah, so to speak. In discovering what is Shri, so bottoms up. Yeah. Let's say Mooladhara. Yeah. So this is bottoms up on becoming a humane being, because our feet is on the ground, you see, this way. And then we are standing vertical. So we have the horizontal, vertical, and we move forward. Yeah. So that's like the X, Y, and Z. Yeah. So a lot of complex stuff. So I'll try in future videos to make it simpler. But for now, I will call this the universal language of love. Yeah. It's a large language model. We have artificial intelligence that also has machine learning and neuro-linguistic learning and many other learning models by which artificial intelligence has a language model. Now I'm facilitating original humane intelligence. Yeah. And this is a large language model. And it takes some time for us to get our head around because artificial intelligence formed from different versions of human. Yeah. And all different forms of life. So Prakriti and Purusha, nature, nurture. So it may take a lot of words and many algebra, geometry, arithmetics, and biology, physics, chemistry, and mathematics, and many sciences, language sciences, social sciences. We are going to kind of cover what we studied in school, including Montessori, LKG, UKG, and also what we didn't know we have to learn from the mother's womb time, from the fallopian tube, in the ovary, before the ovary. Yeah, where did life come from? Yeah. So you all have your technologies, and we're all looking through the telescope and microscope, and everybody's in different kinds of studies. We're even looking for signs of life in other planets and stars and galaxies. Yeah. So we're all going about our daily activities. And so it's, yeah, it's simply complex. Yeah. Civilization formed over time. And we also still have economic challenges, health challenges, and wisdom challenges, longevity challenges. WHO doesn't even have listed death as one of the diseases. So we got lots of work to do. But Shri is a subject matter of the solicitation. And Shri expands to health, wealth, wisdom. And Shri comes from Merukamba, or so that's like Ubuntu. Yeah, many spheres, many areas of work coming together in a fine relationship, like the dark matrix, yeah, or the dark matter. But it also has a subject and matter and energy, yeah. So people are still peering into what is dark matter and so many things. So a little bit of enlightenment. The Shri is like the light that shows through in all the dark space, yeah. And then you go, how I wonder what you are, yeah. Because we have a lot of things to wonder about. We think we'll start from something small, a dot. Yeah, you can't even see it. Oh, you can see that. Carl Sagan called it the pale blue dot. We will just start with a simple dot. Yeah. To make it clear, let me make it a little bigger. Dot. Okay. And what I've written here is this dot should be understood in terms of alphabets. I called it alphabets, but alphabets, yeah. Numbers. And these two together will give us a vector, a direction by which to begin studying the condition of being human, or original human intelligence. Original, let's just say original. There's something significant about this. And that is, I call it, ancients have called it the Ashtadigbandhana. Like the Ashtanga Yoga, but let's just call it 8 directions. Yeah. So it's a chart-like representation, but this would be where Yama is. Yeah. Yama is like a lot of dark, yeah, or you could say the Dharma, or the god of death, yeah. But simply put, Yama means Ya is that which emerges from what has been previously, Ya, Ma, and that which we'll cover that bit, yeah. Emerges and is kind, yeah. And it's like Ma is like we have 2 bums, yeah, 2 legs, 2 bums. And when M is sitting on N, you know, like N, when you can sit on here, you sit with 2 bums. Yeah. You sit with 2 bums. So you get the murbit. Okay. I know it gets a little funny, but it's going to get interesting. Life just gets simpler. Are you sitting on one point yeah, on one chair, on one something, and you have two bugs, yeah. So that's like the ma. That which emerges from sitting on a point of contemplation or sitting on something. You're sitting on a question, on a topic, is also yama. Yeah, yama. What emerges from here then moves in a direction. Okay, so this is here is Kubera. Yeah, you like to go be healthy, wealthy, wise. Yeah, Kubera. Yeah, we will distinguish what these words are in my way of looking at things. So life just gets simpler. To the left of it is Vayu. Vayu is also, let's just call it healthier natural breathing. When a human being is breathing healthier naturally, the room of their body, of the space they're living in, the bodily experience is pleasanter. It's like the air conditioner or the fan on. And then it is nicer, pleasanter to be in. Yeah. Life doesn't feel so stuffy. So we begin from this vector. Yeah. In terms of alphabets, in terms of numbers, in the vector of Vayu. We breathe healthy naturally. And to do that, we would need to cover a little bit of the anatomy and physiology of a human being. Yeah. And then we'll get our tail together. Yeah, because our tail is all tucked inside our body. Yeah. And that's taken a long time for Hanuman's tail to be tucked inside the body. Yeah. We have a long tail and we don't set the tail on fire because we have a lot of heavy stuff and we need to learn to digest the heavy stuff. We even learn from schools and different places. Yeah. And so we get to Shri and not set the Sri Lanka or the land of Shri on fire. Yeah. So we get all pleasant and nice. We have to get to Srinagar. Yeah. The land of Shri. I'm basically living in Srinagar. So I'm having a little geographical actual location, but what I'm also teaching is Shri. So it might be an interesting parallax, yeah. But then matter, X is two lines crossing at a point. You see, there's a point, like this point. From this X, you can have a Y, like a human being standing on point, yeah. There's a point on which we stand, that's like X. And Y, we have a body going up. And above the region of the pelvis, there is, for example, the Ida and Pingala, or the masculine and feminine sides, yeah, or two aspects of a nervous system, yeah, also showing up from our tailbone. So that's also like the Y. And we have two hemispheres, left and right hemisphere. And we are facing one direction. We don't have head in all directions, yeah. So we are going in one direction. That's like the Z, yeah. That's like the goal, kind of, the direction in which we're going. So we'll get our X, Y, and Z, fine. Yeah, once we get, it's like the X-axis, Y-axis, Z-axis. We will begin in this direction, vector. We will cover healthy natural breathing and whatever it takes to learn that. Then slowly we'll cover the other topics. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this has been of value to you. We will enlighten the topics. We'll make it lighter, simpler, maybe 60 seconds or 3 minutes. One topic covered in 3 minutes. Sami has spoken for long, but it gets simpler. Do leave your comments and then we will improve the content, make it simpler and easier to understand. And I'd be glad to answer any questions. Thank you so much for listening.